Do you cream?
I do and I don't. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Like, and I think I know for a long time people have speculated that people are doing things. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't.
Yo, we made it to season 1.5 of Butch Queen After Dark. Not quite season 2, but we are still in the building. Now, before we get into the episode, I need y'all to help me grow this show. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, please subscribe to the podcast. Please also rate the podcast. 5 stars, please. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and comment. I want to talk to you. You know I'll be in them comments. And of course, share with your friends. You got friends, right? And. If you have a question, a story, a confession, something you want me to talk about, send a listener letter to butchqueenpodcast@gmail.com. Okay, y'all ready to get nasty? Let's go. Welcome back to Butch Queen After Dark. I'm your host, David Brandyn, content creator, sex educator, and certified slut on a mission to normalize freaky sex positive conversations. Tonight, I have one of the most requested guests for this show, and he's got an ass that'll make you cry. Please welcome Gemini. Did you know that you're one of the most requested interviews for the show?
No, I'm actually very surprised about that. No.
Yes. When I ask people, like, who do you want me to interview? They're like, Gemini. I'm like, okay, I'm trying. So that's why I was in your inbox so much, because the people wanted to see you. They need to see you.
Really? Oh,
Yeah. What do you
interesting.
think that is? Why do you think they want to hear from you?
I think because they get such limited perspective from me through social media. I think we now live in a day and age where people offer so much of themselves. And,
Mhm.
I am very true to like the things I grew up being taught. And my mom was a big advocate of like, leave some mystery to yourself. And while I
Okay.
showcase a lot of myself, I'm very good at not showcasing other things that people normally do. So like
That's
the
right.
world knows me for my ass, but they don't know a lot about my personality, my personal life. Half the time they don't even see my face. So
This is so true. Well, don't
yeah.
worry. We're going to talk about your ass, your dick, your thighs, everything today, because, those are the things to talk about. But to start, let me ask you this. So what was one of your sexual awakenings?
Sexual awakenings.
Yeah. You can answer that however you want to answer.
Sexual awakenings. I can't believe I'm about to tell you this. I remember being like really, really little back in the days when, shopping malls were like a huge thing and you would go to like Macy's and they had the men's underwear section. And, you had like the boxer briefs or whatever the advertisement was. And you had these like perfectly sculpted male bodies on these packages of underwear. And I always used to just stand there and look a lot longer than what was necessary. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
something about what I'm seeing here is just doing it for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. That's a perfectly good sexual awakening. I think I've talked about it before, how like if you were into, women, like women were very accessible to see women, right? Any magazine, any billboard, TV, women are in bikinis and underwear, whatever. But like to see
Right.
men, you had to like go to Macy's. You had to go to J.C. Penney and see the men in them
Right.
underwear ads,
And to see that type of man, especially as a child, to find a
Mm,
visual of that aesthetic being presented to you in that kind of way. It's funny how
mm.
I grew up, it's kind of all shaping out now that I'm realizing it. But
Yeah,
um
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, like at that time to see something like that, you really had to go to like the underwear section. Where else as a child were you getting, that presented to you?
You weren't,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I
Yeah.
think it also speaks to how like gays will always find a way. Like we'll find a way to like find our pleasure. Like we'll find it in the bedroom, we'll find
Yeah.
it in the alley, we'll find it in at Macy's. Like we will
Yeah.
find a way. You know what I'm saying?
Or even the opposite, like when the conversation comes up about like, is being gay like an organic thing or is it a choice? And it's
Mm,
just like, if something that simple,
yes.
that innocent in its design captures the attention of a child that is not even meant to capture in that way, then that must be
Mhm.
something innate or inherent to that person that's drawing them to it. It's not a choice.
That's period. It is not. You're so right. You're so right. Like we have sexual desires as kids, like as little kids.
Right.
Those feelings are valid, and those feelings can show us that we never made this choice to be gay or straight. It just was what it was, right? It just is what it is. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the freakiest thing you've ever done?
Freakiest thing I've ever done. I don't know if that's freaky though. Cause when I hear the word freak, being the man that I am today, I'm very aware of kink culture.
Hmm.
And so I
Hmm.
understand that that is a very distinctive path of, language and ideas and concepts. And I'm not very heavy there. So like
Hmm.
freaky for me still kind of is like, you know, on a balcony in the middle of the night, in the middle of Tulum, you know, bent over a balcony,
Yeah.
getting,
Yeah.
getting rammed as I'm staring at a full moon. That
Yes.
that that would be up there. That's up there.
That's
That's
good. Did you howl at that moon?
no, because there's another villa right next door. So, and I don't think wolves are native to Mexico, so I don't know.
What's this wolf doing here?
Right, like what is that? Chupacabra? No.
Okay, so take me back to that moment, right? You're getting railed on the balcony. You said it was two guys,
No, it's just one.
one guy. Okay, okay, okay. So
Mhm,
when you are having a one-on-one, right? What is the
mhm.
perfect guy for you?
Like physically or
Yeah, yeah, physically and how he acts, personality. You know.
you remember that there's like a very like well-known clip of Jill Scott where she's like doing a radio interview and she says, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. She was speaking to me. She was speaking for me.
Yes.
I'm very much that. So like physically, obviously I'm attracted to men that have a particular build sometimes. Like you could be tall, short, as long as there's some type of like physical aesthetic that lends itself to strength or some type of
Hmm.
athletic ability, I'm normally dialed in. Um, and I find guys of all walks of life attractive. Like I'm not into any particular race or color. If you're hot, you're hot. But the mental component, that is the winning ticket here. I'm
Mm.
very calm, cool, and collected, but I hear a lot that I'm very intimidating, even without trying.
Hmm.
And so for
Hmm.
me, you have to play a very delicate balance of being aggressive, but not an asshole,
Hmm.
being dominating, but not suppressing me at the same time.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So it's like a very weird place you kind of have to find yourself to kind of, I guess, like unlock the door you want to unlock with me.
Yeah.
So, you got to figure it out. Like telling me what to do and knowing that you can tell me what to do. Yeah, you got to find your way there. Yeah.
Yes. When did you discover you might be submissive?
Hmm.
Or had you always known that?
I think I look at it a little different. I feel like submissiveness is something that probably be like I started with, but I think the true power of it now, or like my ability to tap into it now, is even greater because I understand the silent dominance that I carry along with it.
Talk about that. What's that?
Cause it's like, when you are having an intimate moment with somebody, you are fulfilling certain obligations to pleasure them at the same time. And no matter how you got to that point or how you're kind of navigating that road with them, you're still active in the back of your mind. You're still present. And
Hmm.
so I'm not submissive in a way to where I'm sacrificed. I'm present
Hmm.
99.9% of the time. And because I'm hyper aware of that, there's a level of dominance in there that you just cannot deny.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of move like that in everything.
Yes.
Even if I'm quiet, you still know I'm there. Even if I'm not
Yeah.
saying anything, you still know I have an opinion.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
That tracks because you are quite a quiet force. Like you honestly, I think this is the first time I've heard you talk. So like you
Yeah, a
move
lot of people don't know
very.
what I sound like.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, like he got personality. Like he's funny. Like he smiles. I'm like, oh, okay. We don't know, right? Like you are a mystery. But I think that adds to everything, to the desire for you, right? Like we're always wanting more from you.
Yeah.
But you said something that was so fucking smart. I'm like, man, I didn't think of it. You said, what the fuck you said? You said, submission is not sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
That should be on a t-shirt because these girls think oh, I'm submissive. Oh, daddy, do whatever you want. I'm like, you can have me however you want. And it's like, girl, no, like you can't. You have to have some boundaries. You have to have respect, right? You can get to the
Yeah.
level of where you letting, niggas do whatever they want to you, but like you still need to have some backbone and foundation when it comes to that. Do you agree with
Yeah,
that?
I do. And I think, like, again, I look at things very different than other people, which I think is a part of the quietness because I know my brain is just a little hyper
Mm,
active.
mm-hmm,
When I hear you say those things, we always focus on the moment
mm,
and we're focusing on this being submissive and not sacrificing yourself. But there's a before and an after.
mm-hmm.
And the before and the after usually controls what happens in the middle every time.
That's right.
Because in order for you to have gotten me to a place to be submissive, you have had to sacrifice some things yourself, probably.
Mm,
You have had to sacrifice in some way, shape, or form to earn that from me, to give
mm-hmm.
you that moment. And that happens before. And then we have the moment I done been submissive, I done did all the things, I done sacrificed, or I was highly dominant. Now, when it's over, we kind of switch gears again. And this is why I say that it's dominant, but it's silent. Because I'm not going to ask you to do these things. But if you want that version of me to exist for you, there's a version of you that must exist when this version is not even present.
Eat them up. Eat them up. Yes, absolutely. And okay,
Yeah.
so what does the before look like? What is that person sacrificing for you to be dominant to
Mhm.
you?
Ooh, I'm about to hit y'all over the head again. Um, what I require and sacrifice for me to be submissive, for me to let go, for me to allow my dominant spirit to take the back seat, you have to sacrifice your ego. One,
Mm, mm-hmm,
you have to sacrifice your ego. For
mm,
me, because one of the things that I think about when I think about interacting with men is that in my world, we're all kings. And I will never take my crown off my head for you, nor will I ask you to remove yours. So there's never a moment or anything I'm doing where I feel it is okay for you to look at me as if though I've done something like that. Identifying that you have a crown on your head, I have a crown on my head. There should never be in a moment, I think, where you're looking at me in any type of way as less than you, as if though
mm.
I took my crown off and sacrificed that position for you.
That's right.
That's not what this is about. And so even though we're in this intimate moment, this vulnerable moment where I might choose to be submissive for you and play this particular role in the moment because we both enjoy it, the before aspect that lends itself to the creation of all that is that even at my most submissive, you should still acknowledge me as probably one of the most powerful things in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And how you treat me and how you talk to me and how you perceive me. Me taking a submissive role does not remove any power from me. And the person I was, before the balcony is the person who I'm going to be after the
Yeah,
balcony.
that's right.
So,
That's
yeah.
right. Beautiful. And then what does the after look like for you? Is it after care? How do you want to be treated after?
So the after, I think that after, the important thing about the after is understanding that the moment has passed and letting that go in the sense that you don't now take that moment and use it as a way to define me
Hmm.
or our interactions with each other. Like, we're not leaving that moment and necessarily I'm about to, wash your clothes, cook you a meal, clean up after you, because we've had this moment where I played submissive, it doesn't mean that I'm now then submissive throughout our entire interaction for the rest of our days, every moment that we live. Now, I might still choose to do some of those things if I'm moved to do so. I might, come with the warm rag for you after the fact. I might wash the clothes and, take the dirty linen off the bed and do all the things. I
Mhm.
might bring you a glass of water. I might do those things. But there's, I think a big part of interacting with people, and especially when you have some type of connection, is that there is sincere levels of intention. There's sincere levels of, care and respect. And
Mm.
those things are not to be looked down upon or, kind of looked on negatively as if they're a part of some type of submissive role I'm playing for you.
That's right. That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
So something you said struck me because I'm like, wait, what? You said as a after sex, right? As a
Right.
bottom, you would get them a glass of water or get the warm rag. You've gotten the top a warm rag.
Yeah.
You get them the rag.
You said, wait, what?
I've never had a bottom get me a rag. I've never had a
Really?
bottom get me a wet rag or get me a glass of water. No.
Or like it's to the point, well, you got to have your life set up certain ways. So like when you have a bathroom like mine with double sinks, there might be a towel and a washcloth, sitting right there waiting for you, with soap or whatever when we're done or whatever the case may be, because again, it just goes back to intention and how you got here in the first place. I probably
Mm-hmm.
chose you because a certain level of hygiene and taking care of yourself or like how you presented yourself. So in my mind, you're going to leave here in a level of cleanliness in which you came to some extent.
Mm.
Like and don't get me wrong, people have to run out sometimes and you might not get to do all the things. I get that, but just, I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm surprised that I'm actually just mad at everyone I've ever had sex with. I mean, except my husband. My husband will get me the rag. He'll get me the water. But like outside of that, these niggas ain't get me no water. I'm always doing everything, which no shade, I don't mind doing because like,
Yeah.
as a top, I feel like I don't have much preparation, right? There's not that much I
Right.
have to do besides set up the room, right? And then bottoms, folks are starving themselves, they ain't eating, they do shit like you doing so much. The least I could do is get you a glass of water. But I love that you are also doing that if you choose to do that. That's great.
Yeah, and like to be honest, I think it also kind of comes into certain dynamics. Again, like I said, with me, you sacrificed before you got here. You just didn't know it.
That's
So
right.
like for me, I kind of feel like if it's a moment where I'm bottoming for you, and this is not all the time, but I feel like most of the time, if I am playing the bottom position, I'm hosting.
Uh,
I'm hosting.
why so?
I don't understand how you feel like I was supposed to have to take all the extra time and effort to prepare, then also travel to you, let you beat it up and do all these things. And then I have to drive back home, still delayed from getting a meal because now I have to drive back home and do all these things. Nah, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
that,
sorry.
that's a beautiful lesson. It's a beautiful lesson. If you are bottoming, you host because look, you put the boy out. Now you got your food is right there. Your weed, your drinks, whatever you need, you're ready to go. You don't have to get comfortable because you're
And,
already comfortable in your own home.
and I'm gonna also say this too, like, in the sense that we don't live in a perfect world, there's a level of comfortability about being in your own space where if you need to get ready or whatever you need to do to be in the moment or keep the moment going, you are at your own disposal in your own place of comfort. But
That's
I
right.
also will say that is speaking to a type of interaction or relationship that's not consistent. Let's just be honest. That's kind of what we're describing when we say that because you have not
Yeah,
developed comfortability in the other person's space. With that being said,
that's right.
a part of why I want to host, a part of why I'm doing all these things or why they're happening is because I know who I am
Mm-hmm.
in this moment. The before, the during, and the after. I am fully 100% aware of who I am and who I'm going to be. In some of these situations, as we're describing them, whether it be a hookup, whether it be like friends with benefits, whether it be somebody you're dating and you're learning, I'm not sure who
Mm.
you're going to be in all these moments.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm 1,000% sure who the hell I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
and I know with that you probably struck gold. So I'm okay with leaning on me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm okay with leaning on me.
yeah.
Yes, wise words spoken. Now, earlier you talking about way back about underwear aesthetic, right? And seeing those guys. How did you come into your body? Where did that start? How'd this happen?
I think it's kind of all one and the same. I think obviously I started there with that, and then I grew up in the era of Dragon Ball Z. Yes, I'm an anime head. And again, it was just kind of like I don't know, maybe during my generation, it just felt like this consistent um display of super muscular, powerful men. Even if it
Mm,
like out of all the sports, I think I navigated to football the most. So there was
mhm.
football, big muscular men. There's anime, big muscular men. Um, there's something else I was gonna say. Um, oh, the WWE, like wrestling back then, that was a huge thing during my, from my time. WWE. I had people like The Rock on my screen in his prime. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it was just this constant display, or maybe that was just my thing, and I was blessed to be fed. I was fed. It kept coming. It
Okay.
kept coming.
Okay.
And so
You had a
as I
lot to
got
mold and
old,
shape.
yeah, and as I got
Mhm.
older, I think for me, without even realizing it, a part of this whole allure and interaction of desiring these type of men is also being one of them at the same time.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and so I think I saw or felt the desire that I had for them or what they looked like, and I wanted that for myself. So I
Yeah.
created it for myself.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is clear. You do look like you are straight out of Dragon Ball Z, and I don't watch that show, but I could tell. My husband loves all that anime stuff. I'd be like, "Oh, that's cute." I don't know. Um, uh, cool. Okay, so tell me about one of your sexual fantasies.
Ooh, fantasies. I've actually fulfilled a lot of mine already.
Mm,
I really have. I'm not gonna lie. I do have one, and I recently told somebody about this, and I've kind of already done it in my lifetime. I'm not gonna lie, but I just kind of want to do it on an even grander level.
okay, yeah.
I would love to kind of like host an orgy and
Mhm.
not just host it, like kind of be in charge, like at the top of the bed, sitting there and just like orchestrating the whole thing. Like,
Mhm.
you know,
Huh.
you do this to him and do that and you do this and yeah.
I love that. So you said you've done something like this before. How did it start and how did it go?
Um, how did it start? Silent dominance.
Oh, God. You just sat there and you just started pointing and the girl
I
started moving.
did. Like it definitely was not a situation. It was not a situation I created. I just happened to be in the room, but that's just, I think, the abilities and power bestowed and, blessings upon me about being in the room. I was in the room and I kind of took this position just sitting, wanting to kind of have a visual. And from there, it just kind of manifested like, grabbing somebody
Mhm.
by the head and making them do this or,
Mhm.
leaning over and guiding this person on top of that person and
Mm.
just kind of just sitting there watching it all play out.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. What and yeah, and I think that's a fantasy that can keep growing, right? Like you keep getting more people, new places.
Yeah.
You can do this for the rest of your life. That's great.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Um okay, so we gotta see that fantasy happen for you more. Now, as far as fantasies you've already completed, what is one that you recently had and had fulfilled already?
One
Or I guess
recently that
another
I
one.
fulfilled. Hmm. What's one that I've recently fulfilled? Uh, I might have to think about this for a second. One that I've recently fulfilled that I checked something off the box. I mean, some of my fantasies are not linked to a particular action, they're linked to people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. You can talk about that.
Um,
Yeah.
and I've definitely checked some things off my list. I checked some experiences off my list. I'm not going to give a time or a place,
Sure.
but I will say this. I have found somebody attractive for a very, very long time, but I'm the type of person where I'm not going to really chase you or initiate a lot unless like, we have to have some type of like interaction where I get the green light. If I don't have the green light, I will play the waiting game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will chill and play the waiting game and let whatever silent, dominating energy I send out just flow out there and hope that you pick it up on your radar. And on the day that you decide to answer that call, I'm front center and ready.
I'm
And that
ready.
day came and I walked out of there limping. I will say that.
That sounds great. That sounds great. And I love it. I'm a big fan of the waiting game. I tell people all the time, like, if you see a guy you like, well, it's in a little bit of a different scenario, but if you see a guy that you like, right, and then like he gets into a relationship, I should be like, just wait. He might not be in that relationship forever, or it might be open. Like, just be patient.
I was about to say, I don't know if this makes me horrible, but in my mind, I'm just like, okay, he's in a relationship. What does his partner look like?
Exactly. Like, we don't have, like, the door is not always closed. It might be closed right now.
Right.
Just
but wait, for the people at home, let me clarify what I meant when I said that. Because I'm not a homewrecker. That is not my style. That is not my thought process. Nothing. I want to know what the partner looks like, because more is always better in my book.
Yes. We're inviting the partner to have a consensual sex for all of us. We're all covered in.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so you said more is always better. Talk about that. What is your experience with group sex?
You know, I get asked that question, and like one very distinctive moment of my life pops up. I don't know. I'm trying to think about how I'm going to talk about this. So, in another aspect of my life, I, have lots of experiences and fulfill a lot of fantasies and check a lot of boxes. And I checked boxes I never thought I was going to check. Oh, this is going to be a great story, because either you know or you don't know. And for those who know, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, picture it. Orlando, Florida, a humongous mansion in some part of Orlando, Florida. I want to say 24, 25 people. Somewhere in that ballpark. I know it's over 20. Orgy, for sure. Guys, girls, and even some of my trans sisters. All having a moment together.
Yeah.
And that was the first experience for me. It's not a fantasy, because I have never fantasized about this a day in my life. Never had. But it was my first experience ever being squirted on by a girl. And it was like completely accidental in a sense, because again, it wasn't planned. I wasn't doing anything to her. I just happened to be next to her having my own situation going on. And like, I'm bent over and like, she's in front of me with, two guys going to town on her. And she's like, oh my God, I'm coming. And my face is like right there with her body.
Yeah.
And it just starts happening. And I'm like trying to stay in my moment and not freak out, because I'm being, rained upon with the fluids of, womanhood. And I'm just like, I didn't sign up for this. This was not in the book. This was not in the brochure. Like, I didn't want this.
This was not in the advertisement. How? What did that taste like?
My mouth. I didn't taste it. I'm telling you right now, I didn't taste it.
Okay.
But I remember the guy that was fucking me at the time, who was bi. I remember him leaning over and whispering in my ear, like, "Oh, don't run, stay right there. It's okay.
Yeah, for you.
Because I think like he probably felt and saw the entire tension in my entire body as this is happening. Because I'm just like, oh, like, sis, I think you cool, but
yeah, I like you. I didn't need.
I like you. Like when we kissed, when this first started, I was with all that. But you and like you took me way further than I was ready for it. Like, yeah, I don't know about that. But
are you? Do you consider yourself bisexual or pansexual?
Do I consider myself bisexual? I feel like, is there a word for opportunist sexual? Have we discovered a word for that?
No, but I know what you mean. Like, if someone's in a room and they're hot, you might just do it, but it's not like what you're looking for.
If the right opportunity presents itself, I might just do it. That's like asking me, like, if, like Rihanna came and propositioned me, I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm gay. Like, no, that's not gonna happen.
You're gonna
You
you're gonna
know,
have Rihanna. Yeah, you're gonna have Rihanna. It's an
you
opportunity. Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
any beautiful woman that I, deem as high or worthy, or like, again, there's some type of level of physical intrigue as she propositions me, like, yeah, it might go down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I vibe with that. I vibe with that. I say the same thing. I'm definitely pretty gay, but I'm like, I tell the story often. Like I was in a dark room once, and there was like a girl getting fucked next to me, and I kept thinking like, should I fuck her? Should I? Like I kept like, she sounds hot. Like she sounds like I should fuck her. And I just like contemplated the whole time. I didn't do it, but the next
Yeah.
time I see a girl in there, I'm be like, hey, can I? It's been a while.
And
Can I jump in?
we did talk about like my ass, and I feel like my ass
Mhm.
has a life all of its own.
Yeah.
And one thing that it does is it does get me entangled with straight couples.
Huh. Okay. So all right. Actually, let's take it all the way back to your ass. First of all, how do we get here? How do we get an ass this big? Because everybody wants to know how to get the ass like yours.
Uh,
Let's start there.
Honestly, I think like again, it becomes this thing of like, if you've never met me, then you don't know like the composition of my body. So
Hmm.
like people don't know if my ass is like going to be super hard or is, like firm, like is it just like all muscle, or is if it's soft or whatever. It's a mix of both.
Yeah, I could see that. Hmm.
It's a mix of both.
Yeah.
So like I kind of have the best of both worlds. And it really has to do, excuse me, it really has to do, I think, with my genetics more so than anything. Like,
Hmm.
yes, I do work out. Yes, that does play a role. But for whatever the reason, I'm genetically inclined to just have a bigger ass. And as I work out, it just kind of manifests into what it has.
Yeah. How
It just
tall are
is what it
you?
is.
How tall are you?
5'9",
You're 5'9". Okay. Okay. I'm
5'9".
trying to put it because
Mhm.
again, you are so mysterious. I can't tell. I'm like, he could be 6'4", he could be 5'4". I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Okay. So then you said your ass gets you opportunities with straight couples. Talk about
Right, like it's I wouldn't even say opportunities. It's like entanglements. Like
that.
if I'm somewhere and like let's just say either one of them has some type of level of curiosity, even if they've never done anything before, or one is curious and one is not, one is bi, whatever the situation is, my ass will cause me problem. My ass enters the conversation, and like I've been in situations where like the girl is fascinated with my ass to the point where like she has to tell the dude, and so now they're both just standing there like, yeah, he has an amazing ass, and they're both just standing there touching my ass, and I'm in my head just like, how far is this gonna go? Like, where is my ass gonna get me put today? Because
Hmm.
I really don't know where it's going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then would you consider yourself versed?
I do. I do consider myself versed because I feel like it's more true to my nature as a person. I'm really not hung up on like labels and titles because to me, we're always changing and evolving and having different experiences. So I get into moments where the last thing on God's green earth is that I want to bottom. Like I
Mm,
have no desire to do that whatsoever.
yeah.
Um, and there are moments where it's just like, I just want ass. I don't want anything to do with a dick. I just want ass. So it just depends. I consider myself more versed than I would say I'm just the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. And but I think because of the way your body is, right?
Mhm.
Folks might just see you as a bottom. Do you ever struggle like showing up wanting to top and then like folks wanting to fuck you because you got what you got?
No, I kind of do what I want and get my way. I'm not gonna lie about
I
that.
know that's the
I'm
greatest.
gonna get my way because, like, again, the intention starts with me. So when I left the house that night, I knew what I wanted,
That's right. That's
type of thing. Like, I kind of already knew what mood I was in. So as I'm maneuvering through people and interacting with people, the energy is gonna read for itself.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Just like, either it's gonna work or it's not. Um, And not for I guess that's why I genuinely, like, truly like interacting with people who are also versed more.
Mm-hmm.
Let there just be limitless opportunity in the room.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just let the possibilities be endless.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. You definitely, as someone that's versed, you definitely have more options, right? This person can't do this. Well, I can. This person can't do that. Well, I can.
And again, remember, for me, more is better. So one of you wants to do this and the other one wants to do that, and I'm in the middle. That works too.
That's right. That's right. Now, as far as porn stars, who, when you were like coming of age, who are
Mhm.
some that you looked up to that you were like, you found really sexy?
That I look up to. Um,
Then, and I guess also now.
then and now. I think younger days, because gay porn was not as mainstream as it is now, or as accessible as it is now. So I think back in the day, it was probably more so like the straight porn stars of that era. So
Mm.
like, I was a huge Brian Pumper fan back then.
Huge, yeah.
Trying to think who else. I don't know. But then as, time went on and we kind of get into like when gay porn becomes a thing, um, Crave Melanin, I remember from the time periods of like black gay porn and like him standing out to me. Um, and even now still does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even now.
Powerhouse. Yeah. Legend. Icon in the scene.
Mhm.
O'Shea, like, been doing it for so long, like, and doing it well for so long, right?
Yeah.
Um, what do you think is missing from porn these days? What would you like to see more
Missing
of?
from porn these days. Oh, I'm about to get real controversial with this because I have some. Um, I've come to realize I think that there is a huge market that dominates porn visually that I'm just not really into. And it's the whole aesthetic of like the bigger muscular guy and like the twinky little
Uh,
smaller built person.
okay,
And I
side.
don't like it. And I don't like it because I feel like it's a play on the kind of like pedophile illusion. Like
Mm,
it's a way of allowing that fantasy to live,
mm,
through porn or whatever. Oh, that's my life. Um, she died. But it's a way that allows that to kind of like live.
yeah, yeah.
And I think the moment I made that connection, it was just kind of like, oh yeah, no, I don't like that.
I
That
feel you.
sucks. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
And I kind of feel like we need more opportunities for representation of, again, all the other different versions of what people look like. I feel like that is such a dominating image for porn. Like you can go on the internet right now, and if you type in gay porn, that is probably the first type of
mm,
image you're going to see is
mm,
some type of bigger, older person dominating or topping some type of slender, younger looking guy.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and it's like gotten to the point where sometimes they look so youthful that sometimes you're like, is that a child? Like, how
Yes,
old is he?
how old
Like,
is that person? Yeah.
or like you can tell the age difference is just like, this is so extreme. Like, no, I'm
Mm,
not into that. And I
mm,
just feel like we're in a day and age where we need more, on the commercial side of things, we need more Black gay representation in adult film.
yeah, yeah,
We
for
just do.
sure. For
We
sure,
do.
for sure. Like we're out here, but we're not out here the way that a lot of other folks are. Like they're getting the opportunities, they're getting the money, like they're getting all these things, and I'm not seeing my people up there. So yeah, you're
Right. Or
absolutely right.
like,
You're absolutely right.
I'm highly aware that there are like award shows for certain things and stuff like that. Like even the gay, community and these porn communities, they have award shows. And, from one category, let's just say 20 people are recommended from one category. How many of those people are a person of color?
Yeah,
And it's
very
getting to a
few.
point where now when I think about it, a person of color, what I'm specifically talking about is a Black American. That is what I'm starting to speak about when I say a person of color, because you do see representation of um, other individuals and their people. But Black Americans are something I think that is missing visually
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot.
I have one more question for you because I have to ask you this.
Sure.
Okay. Do you cream?
I do and I don't. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. Like, and I think I know for a long time people have speculated that people are doing things. I I don't bother trying to figure out what it is. What I don't know what the magic recipe is. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I'm at because that is the verdict, right? We don't know how it's happening. People are making it up, but you naturally cream. I want folks to know that this can happen for people. You naturally cream.
Yeah, and I
Sometimes.
also, I will say one of the things that I'm starting to become a little bit more hyper aware about is um the importance of being hydrated
Hmm.
and how much that influences your body's response to things. And, that can go both ways. Again, I don't know the science. I haven't even bothered, like, it does not sit on my head to care that deep into it. But, you know, is it a response to dehydration after douching and doing all these things and you having this friction going on? Is your body trying to counter that and re-lubricate an area that is naturally supposed to be lubricated? Or is it the opposite? You are, during that time period, you're just really hydrated and that part of your body is responding to the friction. But because you're well hydrated, your body's able to produce the oil and things that, or is it just a mixture of spit and lube? I don't.
I mean, I think it's a little bit of all three of those things, or just one.
Mhm.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, I think
Like,
everything's
pick your poison. I don't know.
yeah. Pick your poison. Some final words for those who want to be sexually free and open as you are. What would you tell them to
Mhm.
do?
Stop asking for permission. I know this is the day and age of social media. Um, and I would say a part of, I think, my mysterious nature, which is not even me intentionally being mysterious, but it's just like, I don't come to the internet or even other people in real life. I don't use people in their opinions as a source of validation or some type of permission or reasoning for me to do or decide to do the things that I want to do. Um, Sit with yourself, figure it out for yourself, get real comfortable in your own skin, figuring out who you are, what you want to be, and be limitless. Don't put limits on yourself. You are blessed to be here as long as you're going to be here. Experience as much as you can, figure out as much that you like and don't like at the same time. And don't let other people and their concerns or their judgments cloud your ability to live this life and experience the things you want to experience. Because truth be told, the person who's standing there and maybe judging you, limiting you, is having their own experiences. And I promise you, and it goes kind of back to that Jill Scott thing, I promise you this. If there's a person in your life that you are allowing to put limits on you because they recognize they had that ability to do that to you, they will never look at you and give you that same ability onto them. If they could limit you, you are no longer in a position to limit them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sit on that the next
Sit
time you let
on.
somebody tell you what to do.
Thank you so much, Gemini. You've been amazing. Can you drop your socials so people can find you?
Sure. On Instagram, it's going to be Gemini_aesthetics. And as far as anything else I have socially, I'll put it like this. If you know, you know.
Come on. If you know, you know. Well, I know. And if you listeners, if you don't know, you would want to find out. Again, this is the most requested interview. Make sure y'all go follow him, check out all his stuff. And for now, I'll say goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you for watching and or listening to Butch Queen After Dark. Again, if you enjoyed this episode, please like, rate, subscribe, do all the things. We try to make this show grow. And send your listener letters to butchqueenpodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, stay nasty, and stay after dark.